Hello, everyone, and welcome to OurVentura TV. I'm Sandra Siepak. On today's show, we're going to be presenting our faith-based series of shows. And in today's program, we're going to feature the San Buenaventura Mission here in Ventura. And our guest today joining us is Father Tom Elewaut from the mission. Welcome, Father Tom. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Well, thank you, Sandra. It's a joy to be with you and to also hello to everyone that's watching.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much. I'd like you to give us a brief description of a little bit about the San Buenaventura mission, some of the core beliefs and who you serve. And I do understand that the mission is a historic site and it is the oldest church in Ventura.
That is correct. We were founded in 1782 by Saint Junipero Serra, who evangelized the Chumash, who were living in this land. And so we are the original establishment with Western civilization here. And the church has been rebuilt a couple times. So our present church was finished in 1809. But our church and the settling tank right behind us are the two oldest existing structures in Ventura County. We are a Catholic faith community, a Christian faith community. So we believe in one God and three divine persons, the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And of course, we also are one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. We are a very active parish. You know, people ask, are we a church? Are we a parish? Are we a historic site? A place of tourism, pilgrimage, all of those things. And so we do have a very active faith community here. We offer all the sacraments of the church, multiple masses daily and on weekends. But we also open our doors to all those who just want a little oasis from their life. We have a beautiful garden, and the church is open every day from around 6 or 6:30 in the morning until 5 at night, unless we have other services. Okay. And so we have people from around the state, around the nation, and around the world visit us daily and weekly.
Wonderful. Let's talk about some of the benefits of participating in the services at the mission. What can people expect from that?
Well, obviously we're in union with Rome, with the Roman Pontiff, Pope Francis today. But they will find when I arrived here 11 years ago, it was like, it's like going back into the Middle Ages, if one might say, even because of the historic architecture inside the church. I love beautiful modern buildings, whether they be at any house of worship. But this place has a soothing, going ancient effect, even though it's only 240 years establishment.
That's great. What are some of the examples of community benefits? What types of things does the mission do for the community?
Certainly. Well, in many ways, tourism, ecotourism. I mean, we have many people that come here, so they're going to stay in hotels and participate in restaurants and other merchandise and that. But also we have probably the most popular event is the tree lighting ceremony, usually the very early part of December, late November. Before COVID, we had 3,000 people out here, and it was a combined effort between Food Share and the canned food trees and the downtown business partners, and we have choirs and dancers. That's one of the main things. Obviously, we are involved in supporting organizations that help others. So we support Catholic Charities, St. Vincent de Paul Society, the homeless shelter, family to family, outreaches for the community as well. We have also welcomed the City of Ventura Council when they would like to host meetings. And we have a very large modern hall that can accommodate 600 people for a meeting or weddings for 300 people. And sometimes we've had the police support systems or others that wanted to have an auction place in sight and dinner here, and we've opened up our our property and the facilities for such purposes. We want to welcome everyone that would like to come here, whether you're coming for worship, whether you're coming to visit, whether you're coming to celebrate life in various forms, or even to have an organization that just needs a place for warmth and comfort and housing.
And you're doing that. It's a remarkable experience to go to the mission. I am so happy to hear that you welcome so many people, regardless of their faith. So my next question is, of course, can anyone visit? And if you are a different faith, are you still welcome in the church as well?
Oh, by all means. I mean,
Good.
obviously, there aren't services going on 24/7 in the church, and the
Sure.
doors are open, as I mentioned. But even on weekends, our doors are wide open if it's weather's nice. And it's interesting, as I'm presiding from the altar, I can see people walking downtown through Main Street, and they'll look, and some will
Sure.
actually walk up the steps and come in, and kind of timid at first, and then they just kind of come in and sit for a while or stand. And sure, everyone is welcome here to just for an oasis. Even the downtown people who work here, I invite them. I said, just you need your break from your work, just come and sit in our garden. We have some canned music of that's spiritual, but it's also soothing. The garden is beautiful. There's a beautiful fountain. It's quiet. As I mentioned, it's an oasis. But yes, we welcome people of all faiths who would like to come and participate, even in our services.
Right. And as you mentioned, it's just a great experience to come and walk through the garden area and just experience a historic site, which of course the mission is. We don't have a lot of those in Ventura, so it's always nice to see that. And when somebody does come in to visit, what else would you recommend that they see in the mission? Is there anything specific in the church that they would be interested in?
Well, yes. And of course, most of our visitors will come through the gift shop. We want your $5 to help to support the preservation. But we have a small but a very interesting museum, and also a video to watch there. And then we have signage in the garden that explains some of the history and the flora and the fauna and the Chumash, and how life was at the very beginning of the mission era. When you come into the church, we are very fortunate in the back of the church and nave to have a statue. It's called a cast marble of the Pietà that Michelangelo carved in the late 1400s. This is not an artistic rendition. It's from the mold of the original. And so we have one of 100 cast marble from the mold of Michelangelo's carving. And so we are so blessed to have a benefactor that provided that for us. And then they will see statuary and paintings, all with a Christian motif, but explaining the way of the cross, the way of the cross, or the Via Crucis, if you will. Beautiful oil paintings that actually predate the structure of the mission today by 40 years. And all of our artwork is from the late 1700s, very early 1800s. And of course, you'll find an altar and all those things that a house of worship of ours would have.
Wonderful. I would like you to share the website. Do you have a website for the mission?
Yes, and school children also study the missions, but we have a plethora of information. And our website is www.sanbuenaventura.mission.org. That's a mouthful, I know, but if you spell it out, you'll find in the history section more information than you wanted to know about the history of the mission. We are a basilica now, so actually our legal name now is Mission Basilica San Buenaventura. We've been elevated, so this is an honor not only for our parish, but for the people of Ventura, the county of Ventura, and of course for the Archdiocese of Los Angeles. We're the only basilica in the 3 counties of Los Angeles, Ventura, and Santa Barbara.
Great to hear. Very good. Do you have a parting message for those viewers who would like to visit? And what would you like to say to them?
I would say, if you're interested in the history of Ventura, post the Chumash, the Chumash are still here. but from the beginning of Western civilization that was brought here, if you're interested in that history, you want to see it captured in one place, we are the place to come. Of course, we also have the County Museum that's just right across the street.
Yes.
But you're welcome here, and we invite you to come and partake. This is your mission. This is your church.
Mhm.
Yes, it's a church, but it's also a very historic site. And so it is for the people of Ventura and Ventura County also.
And what a gem it is. It's a beautiful place to visit. And we hope that everyone out there will take the time to come and see the mission if you haven't been there already.
Well, and even if you have, we've just recently installed new lighting. And so all of the artwork is specially illuminated, and it really makes a big difference in an appreciation of that sacred artwork.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so very much, Father Tom Elewaut from the San Buenaventura Mission here in Ventura. We wish you all the best for the future of the mission, and we encourage everybody to come out and visit. And thank you all for joining us today on our show. Bye, everyone.
Thank you, Sandra. Blessings to all.
Thank you. Bye-bye.